Warbuilds. And essentially, Warbuilds is an in-game build advisor. It's a strategy coach that helps you learn beginner, intermediate, and advanced builds in Warcraft 3. And it teaches you how to perfect those builds and execute them at a high level so that you can compete with the best players and climb the ladder as fast as possible. So basically, the way that you get this app is by installing a piece of software called Overwolf. Overwolf is sort of like an app store for PC gaming apps. So you start by getting out by going to overwolf.com, and you're going to hit the download Overwolf button, and then you'll see it pop up in the corner, and you're going to go through the installation process, and then you're going to be prompted to make an account. Now once you've got Overwolf installed and you've got your account set up, the next thing you want to do is hop over to the App Store. You can do this on their website, and you can also do this through the platform itself. So Warbuilds is currently in beta testing, so it's not quite on the App Store yet. But the way you'll find it is just by going to search and typing in Warbuilds, and then it'll pop up here once it's been released to the general public. So once you've got Warbuilds installed, you can close out your browser, and then you click on the Warbuilds desktop icon, or if you can't find it, you can just click on Overwolf, and then I'll show you how to launch it through the game. And you'll see this window pop up, and it says, Start Warcraft 3 and Warbuilds will automatically appear in game. And next to it, there's just a simple tutorial video, which is the one I'm making right now about how to use the app. So it says, choose your favorite build from the list in game. Your build order will stay on screen during your game, giving you timers and alerts to help you stay on the path. The builds are created by top players and then vetted by our review team to guarantee the best quality. Good luck, have fun. So the next thing you want to do is just open up Warcraft 3. Assuming you've started up Overwolf and Warbuilds, you should see it just pop up in the game as soon as it loads. This is what it looks like. If you don't see it popping up in game, just press Control and Tab at the same time, and you'll see this little Overwolf wheel pop up, and then you can just click on Warbuilds. Okay, so now that you've got the app open in the game, I'm just going to walk you through some of the basic features. So there's 4 different races, just like there is in Warcraft 3, and on each race page you can see all these different builds that we've put into the game. We're still in beta testing, but we've got already over 50 different builds. And this includes fun cheese strategies that are sort of off meta, as well as the standard meta play styles that the top pros are using as well. So let's say I'm an undead player, and I'm a big fan of Happy, and I want to learn, how can I do the same build order as Happy that he does, so often in all of his different games. So I just go to the undead section, and then I scroll down until I find the one I'm looking for. So it's called Happy Fanboys. Click here, and it's the standard meta tri-hero, DK, Lich, Dark Ranger, and with a Ted Fiend's Fast Tech. Ted Fiend's Opener, and then Fast Tech Tier 3 for the Destroyers and the Orb of Corruption and everything else. So just click on the build, and then before you hop in the game, you can read a lot of information about, how to carry out the build and how to execute on it. So it says in what situations is the strategy best. Here's a detailed explanation of how it works. On the left side, this is the build order, and then on the right side, there's some more tips, analysis, pros and cons, things like that, and then different variations. Once you've mastered sort of the basic build, you might want to try out some of these different variations because they might work better in different situations. So the next thing you want to do is just start up a game. It can be a ladder game or a custom game. The app doesn't interact with Warcraft 3 in any way, and so for that reason, it's not in violation of Blizzard's terms of service. It's not bannable. So just keep that in mind. So you're going to create a game practicing like Happy, let's call it. And you can always, drag this around as you need to. You can go back and change to a different build if you don't like this one, but we're going to, try out this one. It has a timer, a start, pause, switch for the timer, and then you can also reset the timer, and then there's a lock and unlock button, and also there's a plus and minus over here which allow you to increase or decrease the size of the text to make it comfortable for your eyes. And then there's a little tree icon on the left, and that indicates how many woodworkers you're going to have by the end of the build. So you're going to have 3 ghouls. That's the undead woodworker. And it's just like kind of nice to have because it's if you might lose some workers in game or just lose track of where you are in the build, and this is just a helpful reminder, like this is about how many woodworkers you need. So first thing you want to do is hit F5 to lock the build in place. It makes it transparent, and it makes it so you can click through it so it doesn't get in the way of you playing the game. We want to make it, as minimally invasive as possible. And then you can read over the build, hopefully before you start the game, so you have a sense of what you have to do. But so I see like I'm gonna have to train 2 acolytes, build an altar, and a ziggurat at the same time right when it starts. So when the game starts, to start it up, you just hit F6, train 2 acolytes, altar, and first ziggurat at the same time. And it says, so I'm looking ahead now. It just says the next thing is I'm going to have to build a crypt and a 6th acolyte to scout when I have 7 food and 200 gold. So right now I have 7 out of 10 food, but I don't have quite enough gold to do the next step yet. And you can see the timer's getting close to 30 seconds. And when it gets to 30 seconds, you'll see the build will go to the next step. So right there, we build our crypt. And then we're going to build an acolyte that's going to go scout there. And the next thing is at 54 seconds, we're going to build a Tomb of Relics, 8 out of 10 food. That's exactly where we are. So I've got the Tomb of Relics right on time. That tells us we're right on time with where the build order, where we're supposed to be. We haven't fallen behind yet, which is good. The next thing is we're going to build a Death Knight from our altar. And the next thing is at 1320 food and 250 gold, we're going to build a graveyard and train our 2nd and 3rd ghoul. And I'm not going to play through the whole build order because I think you guys get the idea. But basically, let's say you make a mistake and you need to restart. You can just hit F5 to pause, or sorry, F5 to unlock or lock. You can hit F6 to pause it if you need more time, like you just, you got confused or something. Then you can hit F9 to reset the build timer. It'll take it back to the top, and then you can just start over. So that's pretty much how the app works. I'm going to end the game. If you go back to the build order page, at the bottom you can see there's a discussion thread link. And this is a place where you can talk with other people about this specific build on our website, clanat.org. And you can ask questions about how to execute it more effectively. You can learn about different people's opinions about how to carry it out, and just get more information about how to improve. And this is under the community forum, and this kind of page exists for every single build. You just find the race that you want, let's say human, and then you click the Warbuilds section, and there's a different thread for each one of the builds, so you can just find the build that you want to chat about and talk to other people about it there. And then the last thing is, if you hit this question mark in the top left corner, there's a Discord link to our Discord, the website, which I'm showing right now, and then there's also a bug report / feedback button. So let's say you're doing one of the builds and you feel like one of the timers is off, or it's missing information, like you want to see more tips or more variations or something like that. You can just click on that button and it'll take you to the website, and this is the official feedback and bug section. So you can just start up a thread here and we'll reply as soon as we can. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.